Have you ever wondered why, even after trying every manifestation technique you were taught, visualization, affirmations, positive thinking, the results still don't show up? Maybe the answer isn't in what you need to do, but in what you need to stop doing. There is an invisible law, more powerful than anything you've ever heard of. A law that governs the growth of plants, the flow of time, and even the brightness in your eyes. It's the law of grace, and it doesn't require effort, control, or worthiness. It only requires presence and truth. In this video, you're going to understand how this law can radically transform your life, allowing what you desire to come to you without you chasing it. Comment below, "I live by grace," to activate this energy in your life and attract good vibrations. Now take a deep breath. The journey begins now. What you're going to hear today isn't just a beautiful theory. It's a revelation that echoes through the deepest studies of human consciousness and the nature of reality itself. The Mexican scientist and mystic Jacobo Grinberg, known for his boldness in uniting neuroscience, spirituality, and quantum physics, used to say that reality is shaped by invisible fields, by a higher consciousness that connects everything and everyone. He called it the synthetic neuronal field, a space where time, matter, and intention intertwine. And it is exactly within this field that the law of grace operates. Grinberg showed us that the human mind, when connected to this field, no longer needs to force anything to create, because it aligns with the natural flow of the universe. Grace is not just a religious concept, it is a universal law, a force that governs existence with wisdom and abundance. Other thinkers, like Neville Goddard and even Jesus Christ, pointed to this same truth. What is yours comes to you when you stop chasing it and start trusting what already is. That's what we're going to reveal here. And once you truly understand it, there's no going back. You will begin to live with lightness, purpose, and truth. For years, you were taught to manifest your desires through techniques. Visualization, affirmations, scripting, guided mental exercises, and feeling as if it's already real. These tools became a full arsenal inside the world of personal development and modern spirituality. And yes, they work, but they only work up to a point. What few people say, and what you need to understand now, is that this traditional form of manifestation is deeply rooted in effort and control. And that's exactly where the problem lies. Every time you try to control reality through the rational mind, you are unconsciously affirming that what you want is still not yours. Every forced visualization, every repeated affirmation loaded with anxiety, every feeling you try to artificially induce comes from a hidden premise. I don't have it yet. I'm not it yet. And this frequency creates an invisible prison in which you become a hostage to results. Traditional manifestation can actually feed a scarcity mindset, even when your intention is the opposite. Think about it. If it were natural for you to have what you desire, would you need to visualize it every single day for it to come? Does a tree need to repeat to itself that it is a tree? Does a river need to visualize that it must flow? Nature itself shows us that what is by essence simply is. When you enter the game of traditional manifestation without awareness, you become a compulsive seeker, a collector of techniques, a hunter of results, someone who is always projecting happiness into a distant future and therefore never arriving. On top of that, this approach places you in a vicious cycle of comparison and pressure. You see others manifesting, you wonder if you're doing it right. You start doubting your energy, blaming yourself for not vibrating high enough, and you slowly drown in a sea of spiritualized self-judgment. What was meant to be freeing becomes a new prison, now disguised as self-help. The truth is, you weren't born to force the universe. You were born to cooperate with it. And cooperation begins when you understand that there is a deeper law than ordinary manifestation. A law that requires no effort, no control, no anxiety. A law that invites you to remember who you are instead of chasing what you are not. This law is called grace, and to access it, the first step is to stop acting like someone who needs to earn everything through mental force. What is yours does not need to be pursued. What is yours recognizes you and comes to you the moment you stop forcing and start being. The law of grace is not a technique, it's not a method, it's not something you activate through effort. It is an operating reality that has always been present in your life. You just didn't notice it. Grace is the invisible force that makes trees grow, hair grow, air move in and out of your lungs without you having to think. It is the natural movement of life, without resistance, without demand, without pressure. And the most powerful part, it includes you. You are part of grace because you are life in motion. While traditional manifestation asks you to visualize, focus, and control your feelings to get something, grace says, what is yours comes to you through your simple existence. Grace is a gift, not a payment. It doesn't require worthiness. It doesn't require proving yourself. Grace works when you stop trying to be someone you're not and start flowing with what is already within you. Jacobo Grinberg, in studying elevated states of consciousness, realized that there is a field beyond the rational mind, a field where time dissolves and reality responds not to effort, but to coherence between being and feeling. This field is where grace lives, and you can only access this space when you stop fighting, stop chasing, and start existing with authenticity. Grace is superior because it operates at a frequency where the universe conspires in your favor without you needing to control the script. There is no anxiety in grace, no hurry, no fear of loss. Everything that comes through grace comes with lightness, beauty, and purpose. And most importantly, it comes at the right time. Traditional manifestation often puts you in conflict with the present moment. You want to be somewhere else, living another reality. You fight the life you currently have. But in grace, you treat the present as sacred. And by doing so, you allow the universe to surprise you with paths you could never create on your own. Grace is the space where self-love finds its strength, where the flow of abundance runs without blockage, where the human being stops trying to prove their worth and starts living from an inner certainty. I am a child of life, and everything that is mine is already coming. It's not about asking, it's about aligning. It's not about deserving. It's about recognizing. It's not about achieving. It's about allowing. And that is what makes the law of grace infinitely more powerful than any technique. There is a subtle but powerful gap between manifesting and allowing. Manifesting, as we learned, is an active act. You want something, so you apply techniques, repeat exercises, try to vibrate at specific frequencies. It's like planting a seed and digging it up every day to see if it's sprouted yet. Allowing, on the other hand, is recognizing that the seed has already been planted and trusting that it will bloom at the right time. The difference between these two paths determines the rhythm of your life. Either you live exhausted trying to manifest, or you live in peace, allowing grace to do what only grace can do. Here is the revolutionary truth. You are not a planet chasing things. You are the sun. Everything orbits around who you are. People, opportunities, resources, love, all of it comes to you when you assume your central place in the universe of your own existence. This is not arrogance. It is spiritual responsibility. When you are the sun, you don't chase light. You are the light. And here's the most powerful secret of all. The more you try to manifest something, the more you affirm it is outside of you. But when you allow, you declare, this is already mine. It's already coming. I don't need to chase it. And that frequency of safety and belonging is what attracts everything you desire. Allowing is a state of conscious surrender. It is not passivity, it is wisdom. It's like trusting that breath will continue even when you sleep, or that the sun will rise even when you're not looking at the sky. When you allow, you align with life's natural flow, and life, feeling that alignment, returns everything to you multiplied. People who live trying to manifest are always waiting for the next step, the next video, the next technique. They are emotionally exhausted because they live in the future. But those who live by grace and allow are here. They are now. They are in peace. And that peace is a magnetic field far more powerful than any technique or ritual. You are not small. You are not lacking. You are not someone chasing something outside of yourself. You are the sun, and everything that belongs to you moves around your light. What you need is not another technique. It's more trust in who you already are. And the more you allow, the more you receive. This is the essence of the law of grace. And true abundance begins when you simply remember this. Life is not flat. It unfolds in layers, levels of consciousness, and the way you see, feel, and react to the world depends directly on the level you're vibrating at. These levels are like steps of an invisible staircase that lead you to fully understanding and accessing the law of grace. Understanding these steps is essential because each one brings lessons, but also subtle traps that can keep you stuck for years. The first step is survival. Here, everything revolves around fear, scarcity, and the struggle for food, safety, and shelter. The person stuck here lives constantly thinking, how do I pay the bills? How do I avoid pain? How do I not run out? It's a state of constant tension, focused solely on staying alive. Grace does not operate here, not because it doesn't exist, but because the consciousness is so closed that it can't let grace in. The second step is affection and validation. Here, the human being wants to be loved, accepted, recognized. Decisions are made based on others' opinions. This is the level where you mold yourself to please. You live to fit in, to belong. And in doing so, you abandon your essence. Grace also struggles to enter here because everything is still conditioned by the effort to be someone who pleases. The third step is power. The search here is for autonomy, influence, money. At this level, the person has already broken some social illusions and wants to conquer their space. But the focus is still on doing, not being. Power gives a false sense of control, but still operates from the ego. Yet it's a higher level because it opens the door to the next one. The fourth step is self-knowledge. Here, the human being begins to look within, question patterns, heal wounds, understand their behaviors. It's where consciousness truly starts to awaken, and with this awakening, the field of grace begins to open. The person starts to feel they're not alone, that a greater force is operating. They begin sensing that life has a deeper purpose. The fifth step is lived spirituality. Here you don't just believe, you experience. You feel the presence of the divine in every detail. You no longer need to convince anyone of anything because you know the truth is silent. At this point, grace becomes evident. Abundance flows, love arrives, peace settles in. Then comes the sixth step. I and the Father are one. This is where the law of grace operates fully. At this level, you no longer manifest as a technique. You manifest as presence. There is no separation between what you desire and what you are. Here, everything flows effortlessly, fearlessly, without delay. The law of grace is not something you activate in the traditional sense. It is already present. It is already operating. What you need is to remove the blocks that prevent this force from flowing freely in your life. And for this, three elements become essential: readiness, authenticity, and circulation. They are like keys that unlock the flow of grace, and without them, even your greatest desires become heavy to achieve. Readiness is the openness of your being to life. A ready soul is not passive, but it's not trapped in desperate effort either. It is present, attentive, and available to be guided. When you are ready, you don't resist the new. You are willing to abandon the old, mental patterns, fears, excuses, to welcome a different life. A person without readiness lives closed, withdrawn, often stuck in the past or in doubt. Grace cannot operate in closed hearts. Grace needs space. Authenticity is allowing yourself to be who you truly are, without masks, without performing, without seeking external approval. When you align with your essence, you stop trying to fit into the world's molds. And exactly at that point you become magnetic, because the universe responds not to who you pretend to be, but to the genuine frequency of your being. The more you are you, the more everything that is yours recognizes you and finds you. Authenticity is a lighthouse. It doesn't seek, it attracts. Then comes circulation, the spiritual law of exchange. Everything that stops becomes sick. Everything that circulates prospers. When you hold back your gifts, talents, ideas, money, or love, you block the flow. But when you share, when you allow yourself to be a channel through which life's energy can flow, everything returns multiplied. That's why Jesus said, "To those who have, more will be given. To those who have not, even what they have will be taken." This is not punishment, it is principle. Grace manifests in movement. Readiness is surrender. Authenticity is expression. Circulation is giving. When these three pillars are active within you, there's no need to ask, beg, or force. Life begins to flow through you. Opportunities appear, money comes, love finds you, and none of this happens because you earned it, but because you allowed it. Grace does not require suffering, it requires truth. And for this truth to reveal itself, you must be willing, expressive, and open to letting energy circulate. This is where grace becomes visible, tangible, real, and life finally begins responding to your essence. The last, and perhaps most difficult, surrender you will make on this journey is surrendering control. Control is the greatest illusion the human mind ever created. It gives you a false sense of safety, as if, by planning every step, repeating every technique, thinking positive every day, you were in command of reality. But the truth is, control suffocates grace. Abundance does not grow from fear, it grows from surrender. Letting go of control is not giving up on life, it is aligning with life. It's stopping the behavior of acting like the manager of the universe, as if everything needs to follow the script in your mind to work out. True abundance, deep, natural, effortless, only reveals itself when you release the weight of trying to make everything happen through force. Because what is yours is already on its way. And what blocks the flow is not lack of effort, it's the excess of it. Think about it. The greatest blessings of your life happened in moments when you weren't forcing anything, when you relaxed, when you followed your heart, when you acted lightly. That wasn't coincidence. That was grace at work. What you need to understand is that the universe does not respond to your desperation. It responds to your presence. The more you trust, the more it moves in your favor. Control is born from fear. Fear of lack, fear of not being loved, fear of not having enough. And the more you try to control, the more you affirm to your reality that you do not trust, that you don't feel safe, that you still believe you are alone. But you're not. You never were. And when you finally drop that mental armor, something magical happens. Life begins to flow naturally. What is yours comes to you, not through magic, but through coherence. When your being is peaceful, aligned, available, you become fertile ground where the seeds of abundance grow effortlessly. It's not about waiting while doing nothing. It's about acting without attachment to the outcome. It's speaking with freedom, creating with joy, moving with lightness, and letting the universe take care of the details. Abundance is not something you achieve, it's something you recognize. It is around you, waiting for you to align with it. Letting go of control is the greatest act of faith you can practice. It's declaring with your life, "I trust that everything that is mine finds me at the right time in the perfect way." From that moment on, you stop chasing things, and start attracting everything that's been chasing you. Now that you understand the difference between forced manifestation and living under the law of grace, it's time for the most important step: application. It's not enough to understand. You must live it day by day with truth, courage, and lightness. Begin now, today, to observe where you are trying to control life, and choose to let go, choose to trust, choose to align with who you truly are. Allow yourself to be the sun of your existence, and everything that is yours will come to you naturally, inevitably, like seasons that never fail. Revisit the steps of existence, reflect on where you are. Use this awareness as fuel to rise, with presence, readiness, and authenticity. Let everything good within you circulate. Understand, you are already prosperous, already loved, already enough. Now simply allow life to prove that to you. If this message touched you, if it made sense, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Share this video with someone who needs to break free from the prison of control and rediscover the power of grace. And in the comments, write, "I allow grace to guide me." This will seal your choice and anchor your new vibration. The journey of grace has begun.